the public does need to be made aware and to be informed, but I don't think they need to be misinformed. And I don't think they need to, and I think the public doesn't seem to accept in these Facebook posts. There were so many misinformation posts that when I would post the facts, I was short and condescending to them. I can give a short answer on the facts. Jim Deneen could not be fired. He had already earned his, it was one after another. And then I tell them that I didn't call the media at 6 o'clock. The media called me at 9 o'clock. I got phone records that show that when they call me, I don't need to be lied to. I'm not going to criticize any member of this council. I'm not going to criticize any employee of Volusia County, including the sheriff, but I might say something about him now. But I'm not going to go on Facebook and air my complaints about that. That's not the way to be. If anybody up here has a problem with me, tell me anytime you've got it. I've got a problem with Heather trying to play the victim all the time. You're not a victim. You're one of us. And I want it to be that way. I want it to work. I don't try to be condescending. I don't try to be short. I want to work with everybody. I want to move on. But I don't like being criticized. Heather, you posted things about me that weren't true on Facebook. I don't like that. If you've got something, man up, put your big boy shoes on or big girl shoes on, and tell me straight up. I can take it. But this Facebook thing, and I think there was a verge of what the sheriff did on his post, was cyber bullying. And here you have an adult leader of our community, in our community, making all kind of statements, telling me to get something. I won't go into all of the stuff, but that's terrible. And this is for someone, and we wonder why our youth and children are having problems. People are taking their own lives. I didn't ever get thinking about that to myself. But people are cyber bullied, and they've been convicted for cyber bullying for killing somebody by making them take their own life. That's a fact. It has happened. It's happened several places with people that were cyber bullied so much. One was a girl that cyber bullied a guy, and then there was another one, I think, in New Jersey. But the cybering and statements on Facebook, our church did a thing about sticks and stones may, our pastor, sticks and stones may make bones, but words will never hurt me. That's the worst statement in the world. Words you can't take back. Words damage forever. They're there. A broken bone will heal, but the words you say, they're out there. So if we can move on, they're not going to let us move on because they've already got posting on Facebook of Jim Deneen with a sack of money rolling out the door. I mean, to post, I wish we could show this, but just to show, here, there you are, Jim, got the big bag of money going out the door. They're not going to let it drop. It is terrible. And I want to be factual. I want this to work. I didn't. Do you realize all the good that we have done as a council? And we get thrown under the proverbial bus because someone's ego wants him to run the entire county, if it may be the state. That, and if you've got personal issues, if we wanted to fire Jim Deneen, that could have been done. I had the same experience with you, Jim, a month or so ago. I knew that something was wrong, and I asked you. Deb said, "Have you noticed anything wrong with Jim?" Yeah. Here's the other thing people don't see. Each of us has a meeting with Jim, a one-on-one meeting. So the words that come out of my mouth may not be necessarily the words that come out of his mouth, but the words that come out of my mouth to him may be his words coming back to me. Okay? Because we discuss things. That's what our one-on-ones are for. And that's what we do it for. On the 7th of June, after my one-on-one, we were doing the pre-agenda. He said, I want to talk. He said, I want to leave. I said, no, can't. Didn't I? I said, talk to some people. He talked to some people in the community. The next day or so, he said, keep it to yourself. I didn't tell a soul. I didn't tell my wife. Somebody tells me not to tell somebody, I won't tell anybody. Not going to do it. So I didn't. And then he said, I want to leave. This was the next week or week after. He said, I'm going to leave. No, I'm not going to leave. I said, well, if you're going to leave, let's do the contract. Here's what's entitled in the contract. So when he told me Sunday, he said, let's just go ahead. It hurt when you see all that he has done for this county to be so verbally abused by people, laid out like a calf at the slaughter. It's horrible. Even if he did a half good job or a half bad job, no one should be criticized like that.
Ed, I'm going to say the same thing about you. You are so passionate about this job and everything that you're doing, and you work so hard. You are out there every day, long after the rest of us have called it quits. And what you have had to endure has been dreadful for all of us. I hate it. It's not fair. And right along with Mr. Deneen, I think what they have done to you to slander you is just appalling.
Well, thank you. And I'm not going to quit. They're going to try to, I guess they said I can't be reelected, but that's 2 years and 6 months and 11 days. So that, and I'm not counting that it's 2 years, 6 months.